Friends, it is June 25th, Wednesday. Let's talk about what happened with Palantir. Let's talk about what happened with BigBear today. Great day, great past 48 hours here. And a lot of this has been setting up here since Friday, and we've just been, taking in the money. So, hi, how are you doing? I hope everyone is well. I'm still on vacation. Today is the last day for this little trip. Thank God, ready to go home. So let's go right into the overall stock market day. So, a lot of stocks had up and down days. It was a very up and down situation today with yesterday crazy highs. Market was pumping like crazy. There's still this is probably going to get a lot thicker, this tense situation with Jerome Powell and Trump. I don't know where it's going. Obviously Jerome is out of office next year regardless, but Trump is essentially just itching to get him out at this point because Trump wants rate cuts now, and Jerome's like, we're not doing it. It's just the same old scenario story, what we've been hearing. And then you've got the situation with Iran, Israel, still what's going on. Is it done, not done? Who knows? But either way, the market's doing great. The S&P 500 is about at an all-time high again. I mean, it's about to break another record here. So we're living in crazy times. We're living in crazy times right now, okay? We're about to see the S&P 500 go into 6,200. I mean, it's crazy. So let's go right into Palantir here for the moment and talk about what we saw today. So any day now, Palantir is going to 150. Any day, any week, we're going to be there, okay? It's pretty obvious at this point. Now, this is kind of, from my own personal, mind where I was going with Palantir so far this year. I have been blabbing my mouth on here saying that Palantir is going to 150 this summer. We're pretty much there. We're just we're less than $4 at this point. We're 3 and some change. So today we almost hit $48 with Palantir, essentially another high. Yesterday and today, pre-market was a lot hotter than the rest of the whole day with Palantir and BigBear essentially. But Palantir today, it's holding this solid ground. That's the big thing here. We saw sell-off today, but essentially it was holding majority of this 143, 144 today, closing out at 142 in 90 cents. So this is crazy. This is insane here that Palantir is still doing this, but I think this is going to get a lot thicker, this whole news cycle with Palantir, because I've said this once, I'll say it again. This is a once-in-a-lifetime situation with Palantir, 100%, because Palantir has been in this sweet moment, it is this sweet situation with what is going on right now, where defense meets the stock market, where AI meets the stock market, and then you have Palantir, who is defense now, AI, obviously, software. The bread and butter of their software, what they do is highly wanted. They're top of the game with it right now, and they're in the pocket of the White House right now. They are in the most perfect situation that you could ask for you as an investor to be a part of this. So this right now, people think this is a crazy situation that's going on right now with Palantir. It could get a lot crazier. I'm going to warn you. So if you're betting against Palantir, it's probably not the best bet. I would not bet against what's going on over there in Palantir land whatsoever. So, Palantir, we still haven't seen the stock since we've been in this 140 situation, $140 range. We have not seen really what's the worst we can fall to at this point. This is still all new high right now for Palantir. This is new territory from where we've been here lately with Palantir, and this has been building up here since the April collapse. May here, really good, a lot of build up, and then obviously now June, we're almost done with June. So the end of May and June have been just a fierce time in the market for push up here. And then, like I said, the S&P 500 is about to break another record here. Palantir, we're how many days are we out from the next quarterlies here? We're 40 days out. We're 40 days out from Q2 here with Palantir. So, I don't think that, guys, I don't want to say it's not, but I don't think we're going to hit $1 billion quarterly on this one. That's a lot of room to make up. It could happen. It could happen, but that's, that's over $100 million. I mean, they need like 100, essentially, 125, let's just say 130 million to clear $1 billion from the last quarterly to this one to get to $1 billion quarterly. Can it happen? Of course it can happen. We've seen AI stocks do crazy things here just in the past 2-3 years in the market, not to mention Palantir being one in that conversation. So, I find myself in this place where, I have positions with Palantir. If you've been here a while with Palantir, maybe you start buying Palantir at $7, maybe you start buying Palantir, at $20, $40, $50, $60, $80, $100, $120. Maybe you just started buying Palantir last week. I still think that even people buying Palantir now, later in the future here, are still going to be in profit range. So Palantir, and this is where I think people really need to understand maybe what is going on with Palantir. The obvious situation is Palantir overpriced. Well, of course, Palantir is overpriced for the quarterlies that it's bringing in right now. Of course it is. We know that. But what you're buying is the futures. What you're buying is what it's a part of. What you're buying is the hype and the zeitgeist of what the market is right now. AI and defense. Palantir is holding those solid pillars right now of what the stock market investors are wanting and looking for. And Palantir has found itself in this moment in time with the market and with history to where investors could really reap the benefit of what is coming here in the next handful of years, especially with the Trump administration. Because listen, the whole Iran-Israel situation, that's one thing, but what we're really looking at for where Trump is really going to start, just writing endless checks here, is we're talking about the Golden Dome situation. We're talking about more defense with AI. We're talking about just the massive spending bill that Trump is doing with defense. And it's happening whether people want it or not. He is doing it. So Palantir is already in the situation of, it continues to grow with quarterlies. It continues to get deals. It's now in this. It's now rubbing shoulders with this administration, and it's in this moment in time where, like I said, you may think it's expensive right now, but Palantir could just be in this genesis stage where we look at it now and we go, oh my God, This stock could easily be at $250 to $300 here by this time next year if it were to continue on this aggressive movement. What if we get into a situation, and here's the thing, I think people speak too fast with these kind of situations because they go, stocks don't move like this. This isn't normal. This kind of growth isn't normal. Friends, listen, 4 years ago, not even, we can look back at NVIDIA. NVIDIA wasn't making $40 billion quarterlies, even 3-4 years ago. It was making good quarterlies, 5-10 billion. But even then, people like me were back on YouTube, and we were hearing the same rhetoric. People are like, you're crazy, that NVIDIA will never make $20-30 billion quarterlies. It's impossible. NVIDIA just hit a whole new high today. Plus, NVIDIA is in this situation where these analysts, these firms are coming out now and saying hey, we project that we're pretty sure that NVIDIA is going to continue for at least the next 5. Some of them are even saying 10 years to where they're going to hit every quarterly, because what they offer, it keeps getting better. Everybody wants it. It's a growing industry. And they're just at the top of the food chain. It just is what it is. Sometimes it's just too good to be true. It just is what it is. Now, looking at Palantir is in this very youthful, teenage situation right now where it is as a company, as a stock, where we're going into this range of billion-dollar quarterly talk, where we know the next 4 years are going to be heavy with earnings, with what's going on, with what Trump's trying to do here. And listen, Trump's moving fast. I'm not trying to talk about politics here, but it's obvious he's moving fast. So he's going to keep pushing these defense contracts, this defense bill, all this stuff. It's going to start picking up more and more here. So I would be very hesitant to bet against Palantir right now. And I know, I know the stock price is not matching. We know that. This has been the rhetoric conversation. This is the same old dried out comment that I've seen for 2 years now, with at least a year and a half with Palantir. Palantir shouldn't be $50. Palantir shouldn't be $80. There's no way Palantir is going to $100. I have seen these comments more times than I can tell you. Doesn't matter. Palantir is different. Palantir is making its own Roman road. That's what you have to understand. You have to see the broad picture of what's going on right now with Palantir. I mean, it's in the rat club. That's what that's it right there. It's in the rat club. Is that the right saying? It's in the circle of what is going on right now. That is a very special situation that you get to be a part of as an investor. Whether you have $5 a week, $100 a week, $1,000 a week to put into Palantir, you will do well 2 to 3 years from now, maybe even sooner. My God, the company hasn't even reported $1 billion quarterly yet. They haven't even done a stock split yet. It's unbelievable the amount that can still be offered to investors at this point. That's what's so crazy when people go like, it's dried up, it's not going to work. People that have been burned multiple times in the market, I don't know how they make money, because they just will not see the green, the money in front of them. Okay, sometimes things are just easy in the market. They don't always have to be very difficult. They really don't. Some of the stuff is just super easy to see. This is one of those situations, 100%. All right, I'm going to shut up about Palantir, but listen, I'm drinking the juice on Palantir. I know it. I know it 100%. But you have to see what is going on here. You have to see the broad picture of what's happening with Palantir here. Moving into BigBear. I mean, what a day with BigBear. So obviously pre-market was high. Pre-market was off the chain. I thought we were going to bust into $6 here on pre-market. I don't think we busted into $6. No, it was super close. I thought it was coming, but so you know, okay. Bullet point on a chalkboard. If you don't know, here's what has happened with BigBear. Okay, so February, we had the run to $10, okay? Obviously, after February, the stock market went to poo. April came, we had DeepSeek, then we had the tariff situation, market sold off. BigBear here, no different. BigBear sold down to $2.60, back down. Okay. For the last 8 months with BigBear here, we've been getting government contracts. We've been getting partnerships. We've been getting deals. The first quarterly came out, it was better than expected. It was good. Didn't meet expectations, but it showed aggressive improvement. Okay? Good, great, grand. We're happy about that. It's improvement. Okay? Now, since May here, we've had these staircases be built back up, and it's taken some time. It has taken some time here. This has been a 60-day push here we've had here. A lot of us have been waiting and pushing here, this situation. So we've had 1, 2, 3 from the third staircase here at the end of May until now. This fourth staircase has been built into this $5 range. This is where we find ourselves. So now, I even though BigBear sold off today, I still think this is a beautiful situation and a beautiful chart that has been built. Friends, this could not be more of an organic chart right now that you're looking at with BigBear. I know everyone wants this huge squeeze right now with BigBear. I know everybody wants it to go to 10 to 20 to 30. I get that. But right now, I think the more healthy situation and the more lucrative situation that you can find yourself in right now with BigBear is for BigBear to have these nice dollar push-ups, even a 50-cent push-up, a 30% push-up, what we've been dealing with a 2 to 3 day range on BigBear for the past few weeks here. So pushing more into that conversation, is BigBear, what it's been doing here, if it can continue to build these staircases, if the price, which I think it more than likely will, we're already seeing the start of it because this has been the same conversation here with BigBear, the dust will settle at $4.20 to $4.80. It's pretty much already doing it. So if BigBear can stay in this price range at this point, in this $4 range, this is great. This is fantastic. Okay, now we'll start to build on top of this. This has been my personal goal with Big Bear this year. My number one thing that I want to see with Big Bear is for them to achieve more deals, start beating expectations at least on quarterly. Maybe they will meet a $200 million revenue this year. Fingers crossed. We're still hoping. They've got a lot of room to make up. But all in all, at this point, it's pretty obvious this is going to be the best year they've had financially in a long time. Listen, the past 8 months have been better for Big Bear than the past 8 years. Okay? Just like Palantir, obviously, that's in a whole different food chain. I mean, Palantir is in this like teenage situation right now where it's growing up very fast, doing a lot of things. Big Bear is very much in this little toddler situation right now where it's starting to walk. It's getting a lot of attention. It's breaking what was, it's walking around here. The question is, can we hold this $4 range? Okay. Now I know this sounds ruthless, but I know there's a lot of us, that would love to see Big Bear fall back down to a 420, 390 range and load back up and see it push back up here, because this is what I've been talking about. Big Bear, if it continues to do this huge big push pull back, big push pull back, the compounding and the profit that you can make off Big Bear is unbelievable right now. Unbelievable. I mean, it's crazy this is even legal. I mean, this is like what listen, if you are an investor in the stock market, you have found this thing in life right now that a lot of people don't know about. I mean, my God, look how easy it is to make money off of Big Bear right now. Because listen, if you sold out of Big Bear and you're sitting here and just looking at it and you're like, when should I jump back in? More than likely it's gonna fall back down into this where the dust is settling here. We will see by Thursday, Friday here. But Big Bear is offering this to investors where they're able to buy these tremendous lows, push it every 48 hours, has a nice little push, sell it, make some profit, repeat the process. I mean, it's crazy. This stuff is legal. You're able to make so much money with Big Bear right now. That's short term. Long term, I'm still very positive that Big Bear is going to do well long term. And that's and like to finish my thought process there with Big Bear, revenue. Yes, we're hoping they execute revenue this year, okay? I will be happy as a pig in mud if Big Bear can end the year here meeting expectations on quarterlies, RDD2, and in the year with one or two more, even just one huge, nice, big government contract, like just another one would be great. And in the year here at a $8 to $7 price tag position, that'd be great. That'd be great. Really, this year, what I want to see from Big Bear is them push into what they're doing. Get more government contracts. Get more into this government contract business. Get more into just random more deals from outside the government, and really get just more out there as an AI company. Listen, Big Bear is very much in this airport security situation right now, and it is growing. It will grow more. So there is Big Bear's still dangerous. Okay, so for the people leaving negative comments about Big Bear, I get it, dude. I 100%. If you cannot have patience, if you don't have the stomach for Big Bear, walk away. It's okay. I get it. Okay, they still have much to prove. I get it 100%. I've been preaching this since November of last year. Don't be a part of this if you can't take the pressure. It's gonna be a difficult, bumpy ride because they're not meeting quarterlies. They have debt. They have issues. But like I said, the last 8 months have been better for Big Bear than they've been for the past 8 years. Okay, Big Bear finds itself in history right now where there's two big things that big money, little money, medium money, me, you, man, woman, whoever's watching this is looking for. Cheap AI stocks, defense stocks. Big Bear, defense and AI. That is a huge thing right now, okay? Friends, I'm going to shut up. I really do wish all of you just a tremendous amount of luck. Listen, I want to see everyone do well in the market. It is a tremendous feeling that I want everyone to feel when you are able to make $5, $1,000, thousands of dollars in the market. It is a stupendous feeling to be able to rip money out of the market, win, pay your bills, take your family out, buy your kids toys, build your future. You can do this. Look at the structure, the movement, and Big Bear, even Palantir, for God's sakes, okay? There's plenty more companies that I haven't talked about a lot lately. I mean, Tempest, for God's sakes, is probably going to go to $100 here by the end of the year at least. We find ourselves in a beautiful situation right now in the market. I've got to go take family photos on the beach. It's raining. I don't want to do it, but I got to go. It's going to be crazy. Kids are going to be mad. I wish all of you best of luck. Bye, everyone.